Sean Haney here with Real Agriculture and Real Ag Radio, and we are broadcasting today from the Canadian Seed Trade meeting in Calgary, Alberta. And right now I'm joined by Dan Wright of Syngenta Canada. Dan, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks very much.
Dan, what's your role at Syngenta?
I am the head of seeds.
Head of seeds. There's a lot of responsibility, a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's been good. We're super busy and lots of exciting things going on in the seed industry, and we're excited about how Syngenta is going to play in that role for sure.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the different crop types, people probably you're at different stages in the life cycle, right? So soybeans come to mind right away. That probably, would you agree that that's kind of the Syngenta Seeds flagship?
Yeah, absolutely. In Eastern Canada and in Western Canada, I mean, lots of investment in Western Canada. We've got some fantastic, really early varieties, have been some of the earliest varieties in Canada. I think that served us well. Lots of investment, lots of local testing. And then Eastern Canada, it's interesting because we participate and are a leader in the identity preserved or the non-GMO market, and we also have our traded business as well. And we've really excited about our soybean portfolio nationally for sure.
Yeah, and really, a lot of companies in the soybean trade are trying to have that national presence. You probably had a bit of a leg up there.
Yeah, I think so. It's I just joined Syngenta in July, and I think what I've witnessed is a lot of dedication, and they've had a lot of work, a lot of agronomic, and a lot of breeding trialing across Canada that I think has really set us up for success and made it a little bit different. And I think we'll also benefit of being able to, be part of the bigger part of Syngenta, not just a seed business, but our chemistry business, and utilize our multifunctional research sites across Canada. I think has been definitely a benefit for sure.
How attached are those two things? Because all of the majors go through this ebb and flow of like, we're strategically better detached. Then it's like, okay, we're better attached. So where are you at it?
It's kind of funny. I always laugh sometimes. Like, depends who's in charge. You open the drawer up and you pull out the plan from 15 years ago, and it's a new and exciting thing to do, right? I think we're probably somewhere we're as one today, and I think that is a big benefit for us on everything that we do. Certainly on our research and development, when you've got different sites across Canada and they're multifunctional, and you can have everybody in there, and then you have some flex because there's always new projects that are coming and it's a cycle. Sometimes you'll have a lot of new things on seed, then maybe on our fungicide business or our main chemistry business. So I think it's really good from research and development because you don't always have really new and exciting things to work on. You kind of get into, you hit a cycle where there's a lot, and I think you can use those research sites to focus on what you need to at different times. So you can really maximize their efficiency and use.
And where are you at with corn?
Corn, I'm excited about where we're at corn, and I think it's certainly a different spot than we are in soybeans. I think looking at it, we've spent a lot of time and a lot more investment to rebuild our corn portfolio. Because in Eastern Canada, we were a number of years ago, the NK brand, that's the brand that we sell all of our seed under in Canada for Syngenta. The NK brand was definitely a leader, and one of the first companies to introduce BT corn, spent a lot of time. If you talk to growers, NK 3030 was one of the first hybrids that helped growers consistently get over 200 bushels. And people remember that. So I think where we are in our corn portfolio is reinvesting. We've hired a new product selection scientist in corn that's got a lot of experience in the corn business, so super excited about where he is there. We've expanded our trialing. So I think we're on the rebuild on corn for sure, and really excited about what that's going to look like. It's certainly a focus point that we want to build on and to regrow.
Yeah, there was a market share loss, and so rebuilding is, I think, a good way to describe it. Now, in that rebuild, are you focusing on all heat unit ranges, or are you focused on some key ones where that you can have some products that can make a bit of a dent?
We're focused mostly in Eastern Canada for now, and that's what we're working on. We introduced our new trait, Duracade, which is a new rootworm trait that we have in the marketplace, as well as VIP3A, which helps control Western bean cutworm. So really good trait offerings, and so really all maturities in Eastern Canada that we're focusing on. We're introducing some new products that are over 100 day that we really were out of the market for a number of years, and so we've introduced 2 new hybrids in that area. We just went through product advancement this last week, and we have some more products that are going to be coming in that 100 day that we're really, really excited about.
But if you have some hybrids that are in some of those Quebec markets, some of those may transition to Western
Absolutely.
Canada.
Yep. So we'll look at that. Today we don't sell NK corn in Western Canada. We made that decision to really focus on soybeans a number of years ago. But with corn acres in Western Canada growing, it's I talked to our team internally, and when we had our national sales meeting in September, I said, our NK brand, what we're focused on is growth. So if there's a growth opportunity, we're going to do the work and dig into it and see if there's an opportunity for us to grow our NK brand.
Yeah, because you're well aware of some of those forecasts of 8 to 10 million acres of corn.
Yeah, there's for sure. May have spent some time in that in my past life.
Exactly.
I think we will definitely look at what the opportunity is corn in Western Canada, but we want to make sure we do it right as well, right? We just want to bring products to the marketplace and complicate it. If we're going to bring them to the market, we want to make sure it's in the right business model and that we've got products that are tested. I always say on all of our seed that it needs to be locally tested and proven so that when a grower grows whatever we're selling them, that they can have a very successful growing season and it yields, as we say. So we need to do the work locally to understand and make sure that it is, because even though you have products in Eastern Canada and Quebec that would fit the maturity, it's a different environment. And so we need to do the work and test in those environments to make sure that it's going to deliver value and be exactly how we want it.
And doing some of that testing and breeding actually in the Canadian market, not just flowing genetics north.
Yeah, it has to be local.
Yeah.
So local has to be in wherever we're going to sell it in that local environment for sure. It's bringing. You see that with some companies that opportunistically say, hey, this is a fantastic product in the U.S., so it will work in Western Canada, it'll work in Ontario or Quebec, and it rarely is that way.
That doesn't happen in wheat. That doesn't happen in canola.
Exactly.
Those days are over.
Things are not that easy.
Right. Okay, so let's finish off here with wheat. Recently, Syngenta made a decision to withdraw from the Canadian market for cereal breeding. They are going to continue to breed cereals in the U.S.,
Yes,
but not in Canada. Why was that decision made? Because Syngenta entered the market with such excitement and vigor. So did not you pun on words there, but why that decision?
Yeah, we've I think been in the cereal market for over 40 years, and just like I said, in looking on growth opportunities, we do an evaluation and look at our overall business all the time. And we made the decision that the Canadian market at this time just really wasn't conducive to our private breeding investment, and we made the decision to exit at that time.
Okay, so that doesn't speak to what you're saying. There's a lack of the ability to have a return on investment, as opposed to we don't have genetics that fit the market.
Yeah, I think it's everything is about choice, right?
Yeah.
And it's you need to if you're going to spend money to do things, you need to get a return on investment.
Does the slowness of Canada's implementation of value creation, a new royalty model, does that factor into this decision at all?
I would say it doesn't. That's not 100% of that, but it's also hard to say that it didn't, in some level, impact or be part of it. It certainly wasn't. Hey, there's not a value creation system in Canada, so that's the reason. That's not true. But to say that it wasn't factored at some level also isn't right. So it would play a part for sure.
Well, Dan, thanks a lot for joining us here today. Enjoy the rest of the Canadian Seed Trade meeting here in Calgary, and we'll definitely catch up later.
All right. Thanks very much.